Good afternoon, Quasar Markets Live. Jim Batch is here with Trade Pulse. My man, how are you, my man?
Steve, good to be back. Good to see you.
So much is going on in the market. I hear jibby jabby, jibby jabby. I hear news. I hear Twitter going crazy. Oh my god, I'm at the point where I'm an overflow of nonsense. And one of the things with Quasar Markets is about narrowing that down and digesting it and seeing what's really going on. And one of the cool things I like about it is Trade Pulse does that, tells us exactly what the institutions are doing. So, Jim, as always, I'm going to get out of your hair and let you show the platform and tell my people what you're doing, man.
Yeah, exactly. Especially during the times we've been in, especially this week. Obviously, it's been pretty volatile. Really what our platform, what we're meant to do. We want to provide the short-term active trader a real edge in the marketplace. We want to get people in at the most opportune time possible when trading. So we do that by providing real-time market flow data. We provide real-time order flow data. We also have our own AI-driven signal to help give you even a further insight on how a stock may perform intraday. So, really our data, our platform, again, we're geared towards the short-term active trader. We want the most up-to-the-minute real-time information to help people make those decisions and ultimately give them that edge. So, but yeah, thanks for pulling that up there, Steve. Wanted to show everybody an example on our platform. Feel like this would be a really good example. This is from yesterday, February 26th. So this is a full trading day worth of data that we're looking at here, and I'll go through really everything we're looking at here to tie it all together. So for starters, so this is for Caterpillar, symbol CAT. You'll see that black line here going across. That's the stock price. We update that price minute by minute in real time on our platform, so you know how the market's moving for, in this case, Caterpillar or any other stock that you wanted to pull up on our platform. You'll see some of this red shade facing down, and then towards the right, you have some of that green shade there facing up. This is what we call our momentum flow data. So this is capturing the intraday sentiment on the retail side. That green shade's indicating that there's been more buying than selling, and the red shade, the converse, more selling than buying. And you'll see this light blue line. It's almost kind of running with that black line being the price there. So this light blue line, kind of what you alluded to, Steve, this is what we call our large deal flow data. So this is capturing all the big money that's been coming in for Caterpillar on the day. So really what we're tracking here is any orders $100,000 or more in value. And this is typically all your institutions, hedge funds, mutual funds, those type of orders. That's what we're tracking with that light blue line. And then this vertical green bar, this is what we call our power inflow signal. So this is that AI driven indicator that I just mentioned a moment ago. So again, this power inflow signal gets activated within the first couple hours of the day on our platform for select stocks only, where we've seen a real significant shift in the order flow from negative to positive. So essentially, this is a bullish trend indicator that we're essentially providing, essentially saying that there's a very high likelihood the stock will rise shortly following this signal based on the order flow shift that we've seen. So looking at this example a little bit deeper, you'll notice Caterpillar yesterday, really dropped out of the open. It was up at around 767 right out of the open. And you can see that drop that took place just in the first hour or so of trading. Got all the way down. You can see the 730, even less than that. And during that time period, you see that red shade. You can see how deep in the red it was, really indicating the selling pressure on the retail side was pretty steep. Similar deal with that light blue line. You can see how that was trending downwards. And then that power inflow signal came in. And remember, that's what we're activating anytime we sense that real significant shift in the order flow. So what do we notice when that signal is activated? That red shade really started to trend upwards. And you can see it actually ended up in the green for a good period throughout the afternoon. Similar deal on the large deal flow side. You can see how that really trended upwards, and that really lasted throughout the rest of the day as well. And again, that's all that big money coming in on the institutional side. And sure enough, we can see how the stock price reacted. We saw that steep decline, the signal hit, and you can see an immediate reversal in the stock price there. It was around 729, and you can see that really trended upwards throughout the rest of the day, ended up around 752. So, really illustrating the power of being able to follow the order flow and being able to time the market, at the right time. We're trying to provide, real bullish trend indicator underlying the stock price. So, anybody who got in shortly following the signal, you can see the stock dropped, It's at about 5% just in the first hour. And if you got in around 7:29, 7:30, and you held throughout the rest of the afternoon or sold right before the close, you could have realized about a 3% gain. And this is on a day where the stock was down. So, and that's really the edge we're trying to provide by being able to provide that order flow in real time, showing people where the buying and selling pressures are, and then in conjunction with our signal, being able to time the market at the most opportune time. So that's really what we're about here at TradePulse.
Yeah, and I love that. And one of the cool things is it's not just about whatever's latest or, oh my God, the institutions are doing this, but you also have power inflows. I like this. It's not just here's one stock today to buy, the alert, but it's also about all the other things. And when those alerts come in, it kind of tells you, hey, look, there's institutional movement going in, pushing into it or coming out of it. And you have those signals. You can see the green bar. It's pretty freaking. I mean, if you got to be living under a rock or something not to understand where the green is and what it means go, right? So let's think about that for a second. You have other power inflows, and I'm seeing right there 1121. I'm seeing Palantir, PLTR.
Yeah. Yep. So like you said, there's a list of them there. And like you said, see, we're trying to provide this data. This isn't, guessing, hunches, anything like that. Anybody who's following Caterpillar yesterday would have seen that stock drop it in the first hour and been like, I'm not touching it, right? But with being able to follow the order flow and the signal, we're able to give you kind of that insight in how a stock may perform going forward. And to kind of go off what you said, we have that power inflow section. We also have a top flow section. So even on a day today where the market's really been down, I think I just saw NASDAQ was down over 1% before we came on. We have a top flow section that even on a down day, we're trying to provide which stocks are providing the most strongest buying power. So
look at that, United Health. I mean, I like this, Jim. This is good stuff. All right, pull one up for me. How about CoreWeave? I bought CoreWeave today on this drop. I'm loving this, and I'm seeing some deals coming in. Is that right?
Yeah, you can see the light blue line there. You can see a lot of institutions buying that today. The retail side also strong. Here you got iShares Semiconductor. That black line again for your audience here. That is the stock price. We would expect a lot of these stocks because they have the strongest buying power on the day. We would expect a real ascension for most of these because again, these are the ones on the day where we're seeing the strongest buying power. We have the data split. You see the momentum here. You see the large deal here. So if you wanted to see, which ones are having the strongest institutional buying, you could sort by that. You want to see what the retail side's doing, you could sort by that. So we're really trying to give everybody all angles of the market in terms of the order flow.
I love this, Jim. I mean, one of the things about, we don't always understand the markets and how they flow and how, some people just scream, oh, it's the algos, or I'm fighting against this, and we are, right? How do I get the edge? This is not how to get the edge, right? I want to see what are the institutions doing, and I can't monitor all 9,000 stocks. I have to have help. And we're going to use AI to do everything. No, we're not. We need software. We still need software. And you've applied AI to that. Great. You've taken out some of the work that I used to do. Took me weeks to do. Now it can be done in just a few minutes, and you can actually see it physically without having to really go into it in deep. I love this, Jim. Let's just talk about that for 1 second. I understand you also have a deal going on at TradePulse. Is that right?
We do. So a 30-day free trial for any new users who want to sign up. So we're offering 30 days, no charge, no nothing. You can get in there, test the data out for yourself, see how it can most benefit you. If you love it, you want to stick with us. We're also offering your first month off our subscription packages up to 30% off. So a couple of carrots there to everybody to help get you acclimated. But yeah, 30-day free trial for anybody that wants to test it out. We have a watch list of stocks. So if there's stocks that you're interested in, you could always add them to your list and see how the order flow has been moving for all those stocks that you're tracking. So, well,
there it is. I put the link out there for everybody, Jim. It's tradepulse.net. Click on the link, folks. Give Jim a like too, and subscribe, repost this thing, get it out there. You'll see it. You see it live here in Quasar Markets Live. But I appreciate TradePulse being a partner with us, and we love what's going on. And We love everybody getting to see that what's going on, how it really works. So, Jim, I appreciate that, and I'm glad you got the memo of wearing a blue shirt today. I mean, I don't think that I love it.
We didn't plan this, but
We did not plan this, though.
but blue's our color. We look good. But yeah,
Blue's our color. You know what else is my color is green. I love it. TradePulse.net. I'll see you right back here next week, Jim.
Thanks, Steve. Talk to you soon.